arrived to this place on 1911, and he found Machu Picchu like this. I mean, covering vegetation, on ruins. So the vegetation, it was covering all the place. Yes, so this is a good example of this. So this part of the archaeological site has not been restored by the government at all. It's mainly this part where we can see over there, and that's why the history is important over here. So this is the importance of Jactapata, that was connection with Vilcabamba, another archaeological site. But this place is pretty interesting too, and we will see why on this direction. Here, please, my friend. Yes, and of course, this Jactapata archaeological site is very important. This was built at the same time that Machu Picchu, so 1400s roughly. Well, basically since the 1440s, But notice how we're having this beautiful trapezoidal door. When you find these trapezoidal doors, that means Inca architecture for sure. I mean, no pre-Inca or colonial. Colonial is arches, right? And pre-Inca sometimes is like just very straight. But trapezoidal shape, that is very typical of Inca architecture in the 1400s. 1400s is the peak of this culture because the Incas, they last about 500 years. 11, 12, 13, 1400s. 1440s is the peak of the culture, the time of the most important king, the most important Inca, Pachacutec. Yeah? So Pachacutec for us is like Alexander the Great, super important in all this history. But of course, notice how this trapezoidal door and as well the water channel over there, they are facing exactly to the terraces of Machu Picchu. Yes, wow. You can see a perfect connection, wow. Right? And this is connected with the western terraces of Machu Picchu. And what we have in the other side is the Sun Temple. And the Sun Temple is perfectly aligned with the June 21st, winter solstice observation. So notice how this archaeological site entirely is facing to the sunrise and catching the energy of the sun for the farming activity. No, for all the farming activity. So, but of course, this is connected with the, astronomically, with the winter solstice, June 21st. That was the most important day of the Incas at that time. No? The shortest day of the year, but for them, the most important day. That was the beginning of the new year, the new cycle of life on June 21st. Yes, that's why it's super important. Of course, back then, if we see there is a water aqueduct over there, in the past, it was running, well, there is a natural spring, and that was connecting with this water aqueduct, and to use for the farming terraces that they were on the front part. Yes. Nowadays, all that water has been taken for some farmers up there. That's why it's not running anymore over here.